This groundbreaking ceremony on this beautiful evening on an event that we have been looking forward to for quite some time, and there is a lot of people who have been intricately involved in this, and we have a lot of thank yous. So before we introduce some of our guests of honor, I just want to give you a little bit of history of this property in particular. So not many years ago, this did not seem like it was going to happen. There were a number of failed attempts to redevelop the site by previous owners, not us. And then we saw an opportunity some years ago. Actually, our township manager saw an opportunity, and we realized, we have a responsibility to not just revitalize this area, because that's what this is going to do for sure, but also create something of a state-of-the-art police station that is right here at the edge of the township and on the edge of the borough. Jason and I were just talking about that. It's wonderfully located, perfectly located. We're very excited about the opportunity, but more so, we saw a responsibility to centralize the police department to better serve the township and the borough. We also saw it's our responsibility to make sure our police department is safe and equipped. In today's day and age, that is a critical component of financing and taking care of and supporting a police station, is making sure they have modern and essential facilities so that they can serve our residents. And it's our responsibility, of course, to clean up an area that really needed some revitalization, and it's a real great opportunity for that. So, as I said, in the summer of 2020, our township manager and our staff, the world kind of shut down, but they didn't. They went out and they negotiated a friendly deal to acquire the land, and we secured this property with a low interest rate loan, which was fantastic. And then the thank yous, then the things that needed to be done, people stepped forward, and now the thank yous for that. With us tonight is former Commissioner Larry Hughes. Larry, thanks for coming out tonight. Special thanks to him because he organized the local operating engineers 542 apprenticeship program, came here, and they demolished, free of charge for us, they demolished the property that was here. It was a great learning opportunity for them, saved the township some money as well. It's a wonderful connection there. Larry, we really appreciate it. Thank you as always. So with the site clear, we quickly went to work to design a new police station, but we didn't need to reinvent the wheel. Between Chief and our township manager, Aaron Bibro, they saw an opportunity to kind of use as a guidepost something of a template from another police station in Bucks County, and then our design team, with the help of Boyle Construction, put together, after a lot of time and energy, put together a design that is, like I said, is a template of another facility over in Bucks, and it fit perfectly here for us. So another cost savings opportunity. I want to thank the people from Boyle Construction, Tony Ganguza and Christian Donovan. They're here. Thank you very much for everything you've done so far. Next, I'd like to recognize Mike O'Rourke from GKO and his team of architects. They've been great partners for us. Flexible time working with us to adapt the program, to adapt the building so that it fit not just our needs, but also the site itself. I didn't know this, but just learned this recently, but Mike lived a few blocks from here over 20 years ago, so he has a special interest in making sure that this area is revitalized. Mike, thanks very much. So we're grateful to be joined tonight by a number of representatives. We have a representative from Congressman Fitzpatrick's office, Senator Maria Collette, and Representative Steve Malagari, and of course, the borough and the township work very well together. Jason Ferguson, who's borough council, is here. Before I introduce them, a couple other thank yous. And sorry for the long list of thank yous, but these are very important people and very important effort that they put in. I'd like to thank and recognize the municipal partners, the council and the mayor from the Hatfield Borough, Mayor Marianne Gerard, Council President Jason Ferguson, Council Vice President Richard Gerard, Councilman Larry Burns, Councilman Michelle Crosser, and Councilman James Fagan. both of our towns our town and our borough just extraordinarily lucky to be represented by the best police department in Pennsylvania. I might be a little biased, but I think that people throughout Montgomery County, when they regularly come to us and say that we have a great township government led by Aaron Bebro, our township manager, and a great police department led by Chief William Tierney. He agreed with my compliment, by the way, that it's the best. You can see that his humility and is really, it's what kind of moves us each day, moves us on. Thank you, Chief. So a couple other, and before I continue with some of the other thank yous, I like to say this term, and I use it not only because it's truthful, but I want people to remember it. When we got our township manager, Aaron Bebro, we caught lightning in a bottle. And we went out and had a search, and we got extraordinarily lucky to catch him and find him. And the very first night when we met him, the commissioners that were in the room that night, the moment he walked out the door, we all looked at each other and we said, yeah, we need to get that guy right there. And it's been my honor to have worked with him over these years, and it's been going on 10 years now, and honestly, I think he is the best darn township manager, not just in Montgomery County, but that I've ever met. So thank you so much for what you do, not just for this project, but what you do on a regular basis. So a couple of other folks that I want to say thank you and welcome to, fellow commissioners and a former commissioner here in Hatfield Township. I'll mention those in a second, but before I mention that, our tax collector, Dan Reevy, who championed and supported this project from the beginning, and that was years ago. So our current commissioners here, Vice President Bob Rogers, Commissioner Jerry Andrus. We like to say he's the commissioner behind the funding. He's got the financial mind. He's the financial whiz kid that helps us figure all this out. Commissioner Jen Lestracco. And Commissioner Shahidul Partha. Two commissioners who are with us, who were just so involved, and importantly so, former Commissioner Deb Zimmerman, former Commissioner Greg Lees. We have, and there's also, in addition to the ones who I just mentioned, we also have Commissioner Scott Brown, Commissioner Laura Thomas, Commissioner Ray Masser. Ray has forgotten more about Hatfield than I'll ever know. He is just a wonderful resident and was a wonderful commissioner. Ray, thank you for all that you do for the township. And as I mentioned before, Commissioner Larry Hughes. So with that, I'd like to introduce Jason Ferguson, Council President from Hatfield Borough, to say a few words.
Hi everyone, I won't be long. I just want to introduce myself. I'm Jason Ferguson. I am President of the Council for Hatfield Borough. And tonight I'm here representing not only the elected officials within the borough, the council, all of our great management staff, but also our residents of the borough. This is a great thing that is happening here, and I'm honored to be able to represent them to talk with you today briefly. So I won't go through the welcome list of all the guests. I think Tom did a great job of that. But obviously our elected state officials and a representative from Mr. Fitzpatrick's office. Appreciate you guys taking the time out of your busy schedules to come with this. You know, these kind of groundbreakings don't happen very often. I've been on the council for almost 7 years now, and this is the second significant one we've had. You know, a couple years back, as you guys remember, we had the groundbreaking and we introduced a new municipal building for the borough. And these kind of infrastructure projects don't happen every day. So the fact that this is happening now, the fact that your leaders within the township and the borough have had a vision for this, and believe me, this goes on for many, many years. This doesn't happen overnight. They've really been working hard on this for a long time. And as Tom mentioned, you have several former commissioners and people who aren't elected officials anymore, but they started these projects a long time ago. And so these things take a long time, and these are awesome events. And I want to thank everyone that are current and past who've had a hand in making all this happen. So give your guys a hand, because again, like I said, this takes a long time. Real quick, when I first met Chief and I got a tour of the original police building, one of the things that was always very exciting and I love to hear him talk about was go through the stages of everything that happened over the many years he's been here and how they had to keep adapting and growing and just deal with the influx of increased officers and work that they were doing and just how hamstrung they were. And then once they started talking about this new building, to hear him talk about it with excitement, his team, all the officers you see here, they're all very excited about this. And, it's great to hear that excitement, and it's fun to hear the stories. So, again, if you get a chance, talk to him. If you haven't already, to let him tell you some more stories. He would love to do that. So, but as I said, it doesn't happen overnight. There's been a lot of growth in our community, which is great. And the growth in the community has driven the change and the growth that's needed within the police department as well. Not only have they grown in size significantly, but now expanding into this bigger building. This is a testament to everyone in this community, the residents, your elected officials, everyone that's been involved with it as our community grows and continues to grow. It's just a reflection of who we are as a community. I think that's really great, really great. So. Having said that, I will let everyone know, but I just want to thank everyone who's been involved with this, commissioners, former and past, council for the borough and the management staff, Aaron and Scott, Jamie and Kate. You guys work tirelessly, and you guys are constantly working to make our communities better, which we all live in, and I can't tell you how much we appreciate that. Chief, we're really looking forward to this. Thank you to you and your staff. Your team is great. Every interaction I've ever had with them has been awesome, so thank you guys for all the work that you do. It's greatly, greatly appreciated. And thank you to the residents who support all of this community. Thank you very much. And now we'll have Senator Collette.
Thank you. Hi everyone, good evening. I'm excited to be here with all of you. This is really an exciting day. I'm Senator Maria Collette, and I'm really proud to represent Hatfield Township and Borough in our Pennsylvania State Senate. And I'm thrilled to be here with all of you as we break ground on this new Hatfield Police Station. I don't have to tell you, you've heard already what a wonderful place Hatfield is to live, work, and play in. And that's really in large part due to our top-notch law enforcement, first responders, who work around the clock to keep our families and our neighbors safe. All of us deserve to feel safe in our homes, at work, and in our communities. That's why it's so critical that we invest in our local public safety infrastructure and in the people who put their lives on the line every day. Hatfield's current police station has served our area well for over 50 years, and officials have been constantly adapting, as you heard, to fit the shifting needs of the area. But we've reached a point where the old station is no longer sufficient to sustain the size and scope of the department's work. This new, more centrally located facility will ensure our law enforcement officials have the tools they need to do their jobs by providing additional training and working spaces for officers and staff, faster response times, which we know can make all the difference, greater community visibility, improved ADA accessibility, and really so much more. All of this is possible because our municipal leaders, police officials, and residents came together and decided we deserve better and we can do better. I'm very proud to support this project. I look forward to seeing construction progress in the coming months. I can't wait till we all return for the ribbon cutting of this state-of-the-art police station. And I want to really congratulate Chief Tierney, Aaron, Tom, Jason, everyone who has played a role in getting us to this point. Thank you for your tireless work for our community, making it a better, safer place. Know that you have my support every step of the way, and I will do anything I can to champion the smooth transition so that we can come here, cut the ribbon, and get this place open for business. Thanks, everyone.
Our next speaker is Steve Malagari, our state representative.
Good evening, everyone. I hope that everyone's enjoying this fantastic weather this evening. We must be getting close to St. Patrick's Day because, quite frankly, we are so lucky to have weather as good as it is today and such a great day to celebrate. So the groundbreaking of this, such an important piece of our community, the new home for the Hatfield Police Department. So I want to thank you for the invitation to join you on such a great and important day. It's wonderful to see so many familiar faces out here in the crowd, to our chief and also to the members of the Hatfield Board of Commissioners and the other elected officials from the borough as well, to our senator and our representative from Congressman Fitzpatrick's office. Thank you for being here. And we're really, really happy to be here at the beginning of this, the kickoff to this project. So as we unveil the latest plans, and as you'll see the renderings up here for this state-of-the-art facility, we are not merely laying bricks and mortar soon to come. We're actually laying a foundation for a safer, more resilient future. This building is the physical embodiment of the dedication of our township commissioners and our borough officials and our community members and our police officials as well. It's their tireless efforts that bring this vision to life. And I don't really mean that poetically. I don't just mean that in that way. The demolition of this site, it originally was actually done by union apprentices from International Union of Operating Engineers Local 542. I want to thank them for their work because it was free to the taxpayers. So thank you for that. I want to thank business agent Darren Mayer and also Larry Hughes for their effort in making that happen here. The Hatfield Police Department has been loyally serving members of the community for over 50 years from their current location located on School Road. Both the township and the borough have had significant development in that time, and they're predicted to see continued growth in the decades to come. So as such, there is a need to improve the facilities for the police department to serve these communities, the two communities now and into the future. So as our population has grown, so too has the demand for our police force. And with the number of officers nearly tripling since the 1970s, it's imperative that we provide them with a modern, efficient workspace that meets the demands of our evolving society. So the new police station represents more than just a building. It really symbolizes the dedication to supporting community safety, and providing our law enforcement officers with the resources that they absolutely need and the facilities that they need to serve and protect. It's a massive but carefully considered endeavor that draws upon both local expertise and inspiration taken from other similar projects in the region. We heard about that a little bit. This approach not only ensured cost effectiveness, but also accelerated the timeline for the project to occur. This new facility will foster collaboration and efficiency among our law enforcement personnel. Our detectives will no longer be separated in two separate buildings. They'll be housed under one roof. They'll be able to streamline their efforts to combat crime and uphold justice, and we will see training, readiness, and efficacy increased with the implementation of this new complex. And with the incorporation of cutting-edge security features, the design will actually ensure that both of our officers and community members will feel safe and protected at all times. So through sustainable design elements, there's supposedly solar panels going to be on here, and electric vehicle charging stations, as well as preservation of the 34 acres of natural space behind us. We're not only investing in safety today, but we're also investing in safeguarding our environment for generations to come. So the associated transportation improvements, including access upgrades and pedestrian enhancements, will not only serve the need of the police force, but also enhance and accessibility to the Hatfield Township natural area behind us. And I'm grateful, really grateful to the township and the borough that have built such a strong relationship between the two, and having demonstrated that the ability to complete this project jointly can happen. So we celebrate the teamwork among all levels of government, all levels of the community, from individuals and organizations, from the state and local agencies that are a part of this. You all have had a part in the hand in seeing this project come to fruition, and you should be extremely proud of your efforts. So I want to thank you again for the opportunity. I want to thank you for all of your collective efforts in making this project happen. I'm excited to break ground and get this moving. And I wish Hatfield Police continued success, and I look forward to seeing the community's growth in the future, and also for that ribbon cutting, so we can get that done and see it happen. So I want to thank you again. May God bless our Commonwealth, our country, and our men and women in uniform. Thank you so much.
Brendan McCusker is a representative from Brian Fitzpatrick's office. Brendan?
It's always hard following up Steve, so bear with me. My name is Brendan McCusker. It's a pleasure to be here. Congressman Fitzpatrick is unfortunately in DC this week, but as a former FBI agent, he couldn't be a bigger supporter of our local law enforcement. So I'm really here today to convey his thanks to the municipal leaders that have made this happen, as well as the men and women in uniform that this will go to benefit. Thank you for the commitment to your community, for community safety. And thank you for your investment in the men and women who put themselves on the line each and every day for our community's safety. So in that light, Chief, if I could have you over here, please. The Congressman had a flag flown over the U.S. Capitol in the police department's honor, and this is a citation attesting to that fact, and it'd be an honor to present this to the Chief. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
I realize that I forgot one of the most important thank yous to a gentleman who works for our outside consulting engineering firm. And we literally call him the rainmaker around here, Anton Kuhner. Anton has been such a significant part of Hatfield, and you'd think, well, how is it possible that an outside consultant would fall into that category? But he has, just in the years that he's worked with us, he has brought in over $10 million worth of grants into the Hatfield community, and roughly $500,000 for this project already. So hence the reason why we call him the rainmaker. Anton, thank you so much. My apologies, I didn't share this. Big part of the reason we're able to stand here tonight and celebrate. So, all right, our last speaker is our Chief of Police, Bill Tierney.
This will definitely be the briefest one of this evening. Aaron called me whenever it was, a couple of years ago, and he said, what would you think of building a new police station, a building on Cowpath Road? And I said, you're out of your mind. I distinctly remember those words, you're out of your mind. And here we are. Two words that come to mind for me are thankful and thank you. And thankful because we have this opportunity that I never saw coming. And thank you to all the people who have already been mentioned. I can't even, we could be here all day to thank everybody. So that's it, thank you.
All right, so I know everyone's excited about seeing people with fancy shovels dig some dirt. Just one last quick comment. You know, I've been a commissioner in Hatfield Township for a number of years. I've been lucky enough to be a commissioner for a number of years. And at our meetings, we regularly go out of our way, to the best we can, to say thank you to not only our police, but also our fire companies. And so, in a way, the commissioners, we've talked about this, current commissioners and past commissioners, we talked about this as a small way of saying thank you to those officers who keep us safe, all 18,000 residents here in the township and in the borough. And so really, we've been thanking a lot of people here, and a number of great speeches, which are fantastic. And a big part of this is for these folks right here, because they're the ones who, when the bell rings, they're the ones who come and help and save us. So we can't let tonight go past without congratulating and thanking them. All right, so those of you who have a special shovel, and you know that you have a special shovel, why don't you come on up and we'll dig some dirt.